careful about is arrogance. When you lead people, please, wait towards you be humble. Don't go arrogant, you are the one who knows, you are the one who, please. This is part of the problem. Arrogance. Of course, me, I am somebody, but when I lived among my people, I had to now listen to them carefully. Then they will tell my people, Temufumbira omukulu w'olutalo ensujju. Don't cook for the leader of the war pumpkins. Pumpkins. Why? Because they have got a lot of water, and that means tears. So if he eats ensujju, we are going to lose. We are going to lose. Many people are going to die, and we shall be crying. So these people would come to the camp. Banange tumufumbira Museveni ensujju. Ensujju zirina amazzi mangi. So you people, you are just there floating. So then I would listen. Oh, that's how you look at it. Then we go slowly. I link with them now. But when the way you come, looking up. When I was reading the war in the Royal Triangle, where almost all the people believe in the traditional religion as a supplement to the modern religion, I was able to infuse the sciences into many of their activities. Medicine, because there's when I found one of my big supporters, he died recently, very influential man in the area, the one whom we thought would be enlightened. The whole leg was swollen like this. I said, what happened so and so? I don't want to say his name. What happened so and so? Banting a talo. That they can put certain charm where you pass, and when you pass there, the foot will swell. This is the most prominent member of the NRM in the whole sub-county. He was there, not going to hospital. They had put ash. They had put ash around the wound. So I had my doctors. I said, what's this? They said, this is a medical condition. It is well known. It is called cellulitis. I said, what causes it? It's bacteria. Can it be treated? Yes. The man who gave him antibiotic and the man was cured. But you find that because of the disconnection between the educated and these people, they don't know. They just go on with their own thing. Eh? Because you don't get to the people. So when I would go slowly and be with them, and then what do you call this? This how you but then I bring in now my idea. Like now, I was able to help those people now know that a taro, which they thought was a dogo, was witchcraft, is actually a medical condition which is treatable. I'm sure that was the first time they heard of it in that area. I don't think anybody had ever told them. So the cellulitis is not a dogo, witchcraft, but a bacterial infection, and that there was no herb that could stop bullets, because also somebody had started telling them that, Lakwena type, that if you hold something, the bullet will not catch you. Somebody had started telling them that. So I had also to deal with that. The only Dagara medicine for bullets is taking cover and also trying to neutralize the one who is firing at you. With the patient political work, we can persuade our traditional believers from worshipping to respecting, because now they were worshipping those mountains, worshipping the spirits, but preserving them in the process. Because you can't go to dig somewhere because there is a spirit there. So you don't, the effect is that people don't go to destroy the forest. Now, you, the Christians and the Muslims, you have no contribution, you are just there. And the environment is being destroyed. So what I will do is, as usual, to educate my people, say, you don't have to worship, but you can to respect these mountains. Of course, the traditional people do not only worship the hills of Sozi, they worship the ancestral spirits. That worship caused respect for nature. It is therefore wrong for the Christians and Muslims, led by more informed people, to have no respect for nature, God's creation, than our superstitious traditional believers. Kangave Hill, there is a hill called Kangave. Kangave Hill was clothed with thick forest when we were fighting in that area. When I went there recently, it is completely bare, and the numerous rock boulders, Amayinja, which I did not know existed beneath the trees, are all now exposed. The encroachers have even gone into the Busemba swamp, into Danze, etc. While I appeal to the leaders, political, religious, cultural, I direct the chief administrative officers, those cows, and the sub-county chiefs to persuade these encroachers to leave the swamps and the forests after they have harvested their current seasonal crop and never to come back. They do not have to use force. If the encroachers do not plan to leave voluntarily, the cows should write to the permanent secretaries of the presidency, prime minister, and head of the civil service for all of us to be involved, because I don't want to use force. I want to persuade these people to move peacefully. Any cow or sub-county chief who does not act will be dismissed and may be charged with relevant criminal offense after the guidance of the Attorney General and the Director of Public Prosecutions. Regarding the long-established swamp rice growers of main eastern Uganda, I will visit the area again after my up-country tour. We shall discuss how to, for instance, transition from destructive rice growing to the more lucrative and environment-friendly fish farming at the edges of the swamp. And not in the center of the swamp. I cannot end this address without talking about the historic task of ending the market and political fragmentation of Africa, initiated by the myopic indigenous chiefs and later on by the colonialists. Principle number 2 of the NRM is Pan-Africanism. This is not just a slogan or a cliche. It is a matter of survival for the African nations. China has a population and therefore an internal market of 1.3 billion people. Yet, as you can see in the news, they are struggling for access to other markets. Why? China has got 1.3 billion people inside their own country. But as you can see how they are arguing with the Americans about accessing other markets. Why? It is because the more consumers buy from you, the more prosperous you become. The factories produce more, they employ more people, they pay more taxes help the government to build infrastructure, pay better salaries, and provide better social services, education, health, welfare. That is why, right from 1963, some of us have been in the Pan-Africanist movement. The integration of the whole of Africa into an African common market, and those portions of Africa that are similar or compatible into political unions, confederations leading to political federations. I am happy to inform Ugandans, the zigzag course notwithstanding, Africa and East Africa are now on the right trajectory. Recently we signed the CFTA, the Continental Free Trade Area. This of course is not new. We had signed the Abuja Treaty in 1991 on the same mission. Nevertheless, our Baganda people say, Adinga na maoru, agajamu mukuto. The one who repeatedly eats the cold food will get satisfied eventually. I do not know why the Baganda underrated Obuhoro, the cold food, because me I like the cold food. I like Obuhoro so much. I never eat the hot food. The Nyankoni equivalent is Owafana Agenda Amagurutugamugaya. If you keep traveling, looking for something, in the end, the legs will reward you by giving you what by you getting what you wanted. Therefore, the search for the integration of Africa is a must. It is good that we are again reigniting the fire of integration. In the case of East Africa, all the countries have now agreed on the concept of confederation as a first step towards the federation. A constitutional drafting committee comprised of delegates from all the member states is now working. It is comprised of the following distinguished East Africans: the Honorable Dr. Justice Benjamin Odoki, Uganda; Professor Murindo Rutanga, Uganda; the Honorable Amos Wako, Kenya; Mr. Peter Chiguta, Kenya; Theophile Mbonera, Rwanda; John Mshunguyinka, Rwanda; Professor Alexander Makuriro, Tanzania; Mr. Eid Ramadan Mandi, Tanzania; Dr. Serge Ngendakumana, Burundi. Imana in Kirundi means God. Don't put it in your own confusion. You see, some of the people have got evil thoughts. Imana in Kinyarwanda Kirundi means God. Mr. Salvatore Ntibazonkiza, Burundi. No, there's a woman, Mrs. Mary James Ajiti, South Sudan. That's a good point. Next time I'll put a woman. Next time, I repent my sins. but Christianity provides for forgiveness. Apoyo Matek. Mr. Albino Polich, South Sudan. They were given 7 months to produce a draft. I was given the present task of championing the cause of the East African Federation under our current chairman, His Excellency Paul Kagame, President of Rwanda. That is exactly what I'm doing now. I'm now mobilizing you for the Federation. The political economic integration of Africa is about 3 things. Prosperity through trade in the common market. Strategic security through political integration where possible. And exploiting the fraternity, linguistically, culturally, and the linkages among the 4 nations of Africa. The 4 nations of Africa are the Niger-Congo, the Nilo-Saharan, the Afro-Asiatic, and the Khoisan. The speech I gave to the Constitutional Drafting Committee on the 23rd of April 2019 at Entebbe, plus other relevant documents, should be given to all members of Parliament and sold in bookstores so that the detailed reasoning is known to all East Africans. I wish to end this address by thanking Parliament for enacting the following legislations during the last session. They are all listed here, the ones you enacted. 26 bills, they are all here. The proposed legislative program is also here. Uganda Institute for Diplomacy, International Affairs Bill, Foreign Service Bill, Public Service Pension Fund, the National Records, Income Tax, Value Added Tax. There are so many. Retirement benefits, all the bills are here. Madam Speaker, it is now my pleasure. Am I the one who opened the session?
No, Your Excellency.
Oh,
you just end your address.
Because here my people had written that I should open the session, but I don't remember that. So since I've done my work, I don't want to go in other people's rubimbi. So I thank you very much and hope that the coming session will be fruitful. Thank you so much. Because I am always looking for new people, I want to give 3 copies to the leader of the opposition.
Item 7 on the order paper, adjournment.
Your Excellency President, on behalf of the Parliament and the country, I would like to thank you very much for fulfilling your obligations under Article 101 of the Constitution. The statement will be distributed to the members of Parliament and they'll have an opportunity to debate it. Of course, we expect the Leader of Opposition to make a formal reply, which will also be debated. Now, as is customary, Your Excellency, we invite you to join us for reception here at the Gardens of Serena Hotel. It has been organized to mark this important occasion of the opening of the fourth session of the 10th Parliament. I also would like to invite the guests to proceed first to the steps to take a group photograph. And in the meantime, I adjourn the House to Thursday, 13 June 2019, when we shall receive the budget speech. However, I want to just advise that henceforth, guests who arrive after the President has arrived at the venue will not have access to the function. So you're advised to read the program, keep time, arrive at your appointed time, not after the head of state has arrived. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.
Item 8 on the order paper, the national anthem, the East African anthem, and the national anthem.
omusajja omu